So here we are after 4 successful weeks of the carnivore diet, and there have been good things and bad things to report. As far as my weight, first I want to start there because it's really good. I made it down to 255, and it was 255.2, whatever, close enough. So that's 20 pounds lost during these last 4 weeks on this diet. That alone is pretty awesome. I've also checked my blood pressure last night, not that long after eating, and this morning, and my numbers are turning out like almost quite normal. Last night it was 133/68, and my pulse was like 77, so which is a little high for the average person, but I'm not a very active person. But I imagine that's going to come down a little, and so that's a plus. I check my blood sugar too, just to be on the safe side. I check it every now and then, and I'm at like an 89 or 83 rather, so that's perfect. There's no danger there. I have been taking the multivitamin every day, as well as all the supplements, but I had to make some changes. I got a little complacent when I started the diet, and as part of starting it, I totally forgot a step that I did in the past to alleviate gout. If I wear socks and sneakers, for more socks in general, it would cause circulation to slow down enough for the uric acid to crystallize in my system, therefore causing some gout attacks. But it wasn't like a straight up attack it would cause, it would just be overall pain. So I'm dealing with the pain of the crystals going through my system or not going through very effectively. When I started the diet, or just a little bit before, I started wearing my sneakers again. Like I said, I got complacent. I figured, well, I just don't need to do this anymore because I really don't like wearing flip-flops. Now, as of the 10th, as I mentioned in my earlier videos, I started to get gout attacks, or at least the growing, lasting pain throughout my feet, my knees, my legs, and all of that was growing from the 10th, and I'd take ibuprofen and it knocked it out, but it's getting to the point to where, as of up to about 2 days ago, I just couldn't walk. So I realized, oh, hey, maybe if I don't wear my sneakers, and the next day, dramatic improvement. And the following day, even a little bit more of an improvement, but it's working its way out of my system right now. So I know I had committed originally to doing just 1 month on the diet, and then I'll see where I go from there. And I do want to do further, but I'm going to switch it up for a week, as I mentioned I may do in the past, just to help get this out of my system, because it's tough moving. And this has been going on for almost 20 days now, because it started the 10th, building up and building from there. So I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna go to the straight up 1 meal a day, but I'm gonna focus more on the carnivore aspect. I mean, I'm still gonna get a lot of the meat, because I just ended up purchasing enough to make jerky, because I'm gonna make jerky, but also I got like another 4 pounds of meat. So it's going to, over the next week, I think half of my meals are still going to be straight up carnivore, and then the other half are going to be just 1 meal a day, just to ease out of or not ease out, but try to speed out of this gout attack before it really becomes a full-blown acute attack. Because right now it's just overall full-blown pain. There's a difference between an attack and what I'm experiencing now. The attack has focal points, and those focal points really hurt, whether it be like the edge of my knee, or the like the big toe, or sometimes it's even in other areas like the wrist or the elbow. But this doesn't have like a focal point. It's just overall soreness and pain. So it's not exactly an acute attack. It's just an overall inflamed response. It's as far as I consider, it's still an attack. Now, I did make another change too, is for the supplements. Learning from Dr. Berg, as I had mentioned him in the past, I have, we only create about, 30% of the uric acid in our systems is from our diets. And again, in my case, it's just a matter of filtering it out. So I decided instead of I was taking all my pills at once, just because who likes having to go back and do the chore, many times a day? Well, okay, I learned my lesson. I'm doing it now multiple times a day. I think I mentioned this in the last video, but I've even upped my dosage. So I'm going up to 4,000 milligrams, and it would be 1,800 or 1.8 grams. So 4 grams of potassium, 1.8 grams of magnesium citrates, and splitting it up over 4. So I'll do like 10 and 2, because the potassium citrate's only in 100 milligram pills, like everyone sells it. That aside, also the multivitamin, I've been taking in the salt, and I mean, I feel good. Aside from the inflammation and the pain, I feel good. My digestive system feels, well, it's still doing that squirrely thing that it was doing for, everyone else. But again, I don't have a gallbladder or an appendix at this point. So, maybe that's just never going to change. I think that covers, oh, yeah. So I've been getting a little bit more coloring, pigmentation in my abdominal area, like it, because I'm very white. I don't get enough sun. I know that. And there are 2 vitamins that play a role in tan skin, which I am now getting more of than I've ever had before, and that's D and K. And I think what it does is D allows your body to absorb K, but I still need to get more sun. You can't eat enough to get the necessary amount of K vitamin in your system. And K, if you get too much too quick, yeah, it could be a bad thing, but it's actually what protects you from skin cancer. And well, maybe I'm wrong about that, so don't quote any, or don't, maybe that's how it works. I'm not a doctor. But it's something along those lines. But I'm getting more D and K. Those are fat-soluble vitamins that are in the meat that I'm eating. And the multivitamins covering the water-soluble, which comes from vegetables, like I mentioned before. But I do feel good, and I'm happy with the results. And I'm going to continue the journey. This isn't the end. I am going to continue because I still have a lot of weight to lose, but I'm at 255. And like a year and a half ago, I was 307. So I'm down 52 pounds. That's not bad. When I started this diet, I was at about 275. So I'm down 20 pounds in the last month. And I love the results. I just need to get away from the gout attack, and then maybe after it's gone, I'll see if I can stretch out the carnivore portion for a bit longer. But like I said this week, I just need to back down a little bit on the meat, because meat is really what makes gout bad, especially if I was eating organ meat. So that's about where I'm at right now. I hope everyone has a good day. Thanks for listening and watching, and please feel free to like and share. Thanks again.